This morning, an alarming incident seems to now be under control. Officials say a fire at Europe's largest nuclear power plant is out after shelling by Russian forces who have now taken control of the site.
Now that assault comes as the invasion entered its second week with no end in sight. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington with the latest.
A fire at Europe's largest nuclear plant in Ukraine extinguished this morning following an attack by Russian forces. Another sign of the path of destruction left behind. President Biden spoke with the president of Ukraine about the attack after announcing more sanctions on Russian oligarchs.
We're going to continue to support Ukrainian people with direct assistance.
There are growing calls from both parties for the president to go even further and ban U.S. imports of Russian oil.
I don't want U.S. dollars to be funding this carnage in Ukraine.
The administration cautions gas prices will spike even higher and pad Russian President Vladimir Putin's profits. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham suggesting the Russian people get rid of him.
You need to take this guy out by any means possible.
The Russian ambassador criticizing Graham's comments as a call to terrorism. President Volodymyr Zelensky says he wants to speak directly to his Russian counterpart.
I think I have to talk with Putin.
Putin claiming the military operation is going as planned as Russia captures its first major city. Secretary of State Antony Blinken with NATO allies in Belgium pledging support for Ukraine.
We will defend every inch of NATO territory.
With attacks ramping up, nearly 4 million Ukrainians are expected to flee their homeland. Negotiators agreed to open humanitarian corridors to evacuate citizens. With a Russian convoy roughly 15 miles outside the Ukrainian capital, there's warning the worst is yet to come. And during meetings with NATO leaders and European allies today, Secretary of State Blinken plans to discuss efforts to help refugees from Ukraine. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for NBC News.